Welcome to Two Woke Boys, episode 212. I am Chris.
And I'm Cole.
And together we are Two
Woke Boys.
All right. Welcome to the show. Oops. Welcome to the show. 212, baby. We're kicking it off here. This is you may think this is happening this week, but this is actually happening earlier because we have like scheduling travel stuff. So, I don't know, like that's.
We're just very important people is kind of the upshot of this story.
We have important stuff to do, and we try to make sure that we're a podcast that cares about the little like piece of shit garbage people, you know, like you guys.
Which is everyone but us.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, we're really like superior, like intelligent, like
better
high
looking,
IQ, really attractive, cool guys, all
very
that
alpha,
stuff.
Very, very straight.
Yeah, we're really straight and not gay. We love gay shit, but like get the fuck away from us
afar.
With that shit.
Yeah.
Don't get near me with your gay bullshit.
Yeah.
But we love gay stuff.
We support it. Yeah.
Yeah, from very far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so far we can't even see it.
Yeah, and we better not fucking see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, we love all that stuff, and we try to support and give you content every week, and that's our promise to you, the poor loser listeners,
downtrodden, idiotic, moronic.
That are trying to be better.
You are trying to be better
by listening to this podcast. And if you miss an episode, you're getting dumber. So
catch up.
So get your shit together and listen to all the other episodes.
Fucking dumbass bitch.
And go ahead and do it again.
Yeah.
Like listen to them again because you're not getting it.
Yeah.
Dude. You're really like dumb as shit. And you're not really getting
this
it.
This podcast is like therapy.
Yeah.
You have to do it perpetually.
Yeah, and you should pay us like $300 for every hour that we have to deal with your bullshit.
The fact we give this away, the fact we give this podcast away for free is a fucking travesty.
We should just do therapy instead of, like, what's the difference between therapy and a podcast?
With our podcast, nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. I mean, it's all
this
like
is a
positive
therapeutic
stuff.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of, you know how they do that therapy where they give you like a Nerf bat and you get to like fucking you rip into a pillow and you're like, fuck you, Dad, you know, and you're like screaming at the pillow or whatever. You know? That's like what this podcast is. But people are doing that. There's no Nerf bat and there's a wall.
Yeah. There is a wall. We do have two fists and we got a lot of Slipknot posters.
Yeah. And those are going up right over.
Yeah.
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 Don't they have those? There's like scream rooms or something like that where you go into a room and you just break a bunch of shit.
Probably.
That's a thing, right, Alex? Like, isn't that like
yeah. There's a place in downtown LA that does it.
Really? You can like rent.
You pay for you pay for the amount of things you can break. So it's like $20 for 50 things, $40 for 100 things.
And you just go in a room and just destroy everything, right?
Yeah.
And like scream and stuff. It's like, what do you think my car is for?
Yeah. Yeah. I do that to my room every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think what do you think I'm doing when I'm in the car alone?
That's what therapy's for.
Yeah.
I go to a therapist's office, I flip out in there.
Yeah.
And then they write on their clipboard and then I go, "What did you fucking write on there?"
Yeah. Did you write something about me?
Are you writing about me? Give me your fucking clipboard.
Yeah, let me see what you wrote.
And then if it's like doodles because they're like bored, fuck you. I'm gonna. Oh, you thought that was cool? You just drew that S thing that looks like a
the
dollar.
Pointy S.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Don't draw that while I'm telling you about my life.
But also, if you wrote something about me, fuck you too.
Yeah. And if you actually took notes on what I was saying and wrote like this guy's fucked up, also fuck you. You better draw the S instead. I don't know what's worse, but
they're both
bad. Yeah. And that's why you're getting holes in your wall. And I'm taking that clipboard, I'm throwing it through the wall.
Yeah.
Let me take this and file it for you. And I throw it through the wall.
Yeah.
And then they're like, at the end, they'll be like, that's the end of our session. I'll be like, okay, thank you. Let me go to my car and get a Slipknot poster for you real quick. And they're like, I don't like Slipknot. I'm like, You will. Are you kidding me? They're pretty good.
Yeah. The therapist is like, this doesn't really fit the vibe of
Yeah,
a
I don't really
professional
like
office.
butt rock music or whatever it is, you know? Is that what it is? Is Slipknot butt rock? What is Slipknot?
It's like death.
It's
It's like
rock. It's
death
rock.
metal,
They're,
right?
yeah, they're kind
It's
of
like
like
metal / rock.
okay.
Yeah, death metal.
Butt rock is like what is that?
I've
like
never heard of butt rock, bro.
dude, butt rock that's like a 90s 2000s thing. I think who's butt rock? Damn it. I feel like maybe like Stained or something like that.
Slipknot is heavy metal.
3 Days Grace,
or groove
Disturbed,
metal.
Yeah.
Nickelback.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. 30 Seconds to
Nickelback.
Mars is butt rock?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
What?
we love Nickelback.
Creed.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Five Finger Death Punch.
Can you take me higher?
Wow.
I Walk Alone. That's us, dude.
Chad Kroeger,
That's us.
Hero.
Oh, Hero, we love that.
Yeah, we are your hero. These are maybe we're butt rock boys.
Yeah.
You know? Disturbed, Nickelback. Dude.
But we were into this stuff. So now
Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
How about Five Finger Wall Punch?
Let's go.
Yeah.
But this stuff is very cyclical, like Nickelback. You know, they were very popular in the early 2000s. Then they became a punchline.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, Nickelback sucks. We hate Nickelback. They're the worst band ever.
But they're, like,
now,
cool again?
But now it's like cool to like Nickelback.
Yeah.
Again, it's like, I've liked Nickelback the entire fucking time. So like, where's my credit?
Yeah.
You know? You want to post some Instagram pictures of yourself and a Nickelback on? Oh, look how funny. Look how
I look
ironic
like the
I am.
Nickelback guy.
Yeah.
Kind of, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe not as much now because my hair's longer, but me and Chad are bros.
Yeah.
So we support Nickelback and butt rock stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So I never stopped liking Nickelback,
Yeah.
even when it wasn't cool. You know why? Because I do the unpopular thing. Because
Well, butt rock's we're not mainstream. We're butt rock.
Yeah.
You know?
So are you guys?
And we're also tit rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If there's tit rock, we got to get that too.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't forget the tit rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, T and A rock. That's our jam.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's like, what is that? Would that be like more like 70s, 80s music, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Tit and ass rock. Because there's more songs that were like about like banging sluts and stuff in the
Right.
like 80s and 70s.
Got to bring that back. Yeah.
That's cool. We love that.
Yeah. So again, we are recording this podcast early. So if there is a breaking news story that happened in the past week, we're not ignoring it. Okay. We just recorded this early, and like our listeners don't like, they think this podcast
We
is
don't
live.
dodge the tough topics.
No.
We get right into it.
Or wait to express an opinion until we find out what the exact like politically acceptable thing is to say.
Yeah.
That's not why we're avoiding all of the current event topics of the past week. It's because we're recording early, okay? Sometimes you go out of town and I have to dumb it down when I talk to our listeners.
Nice.
Sometimes you go out of town.
Well, they
and
don't,
then
but we do.
What's that?
They don't go out of town because they don't have anything to do.
I know, but I'm explaining what we do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sometimes people, we go out of town and we do the podcast here in LA, which we're better than you because we can see the ocean.
We could do it on Zoom, but then it's not as good.
Yeah. Sometimes we go out of town, but we want a podcast to still come out weekly
Because we do care about you.
Yeah.
We do care.
Because you're dumb and we're smart.
And when we say we have to pre-record a bunch of episodes, we're like, we got fucking do a bunch of bullshit for the retards that listen to our dumb fucking show.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
No.
We say we are excited.
We didn't have
like,
a fucking meltdown.
No, we weren't like, God damn it, we got to record three
in a
pieces
fucking
of
day?
shit.
Fuck me.
This bullshit.
What a waste of time.
3 hours of this shit.
Fuck me
God
sideways.
damn it.
Shit.
Can we just mail it in and tell them to like fuck off? And then we had COVID.
You know what?
You know? Why don't we just do that?
Yeah. We can't, because think of how our country would suffer if we missed a single episode of this podcast.
Yeah.
Think of how more.
That would be not demure of us.
No.
Which is probably not even cool now.
Yeah, by the time this comes out, that trend will be done.
It's like totally over at this point.
Yeah, so we're going to get into some stuff that's maybe semi-topical. There's still things coming out about this. Matthew Perry, who is someone who emailed into the podcast, if you remember.
He was a big fan of the show.
He's a big fan, and he emailed us.
He was probably listening to us in the hot tub that he expired in, you know?
Yes,
and that's
right
really,
before, which people weren't sure how he died. Now we know.
Which a lot of people, for some reason, try to put this podcast on when they take themselves out.
Yeah.
And that's, that's unfortunate.
And this isn't the type of podcast that listening to it will make you want to kill yourself.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. People that have killed themselves that have listened to this podcast, it's not like a thing.
There's no correlation.
Yeah, it's just like that just keeps
Causation
happening.
is not correlation.
Yes, 100%. That's not, people aren't taking themselves out because they're listening to the podcast.
And getting so mad at
it's
listening
not that.
to us and the stuff
it's
we
not
say.
That.
No.
It's our podcast.
We are not an accessory to murder.
No, our podcast is like a hospice nurse. When you're like, it's at the end, we come in and we comfort you with our calming demeanor.
And demure.
And demure. and then you can, finish yourself however you want,
Yeah.
But also,
I just want to die.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to. I didn't realize it said that, but, yeah.
Yeah. Great song.
Yeah, the best song of all time.
Yeah. So Matthew Perry's final days. Actor given fatal ketamine dose by assistant, court doc show. Court documents are shedding light on the death of Friends actor Matthew Perry, including his final days alive. Documents detail the final chapter in the beloved actor's highly publicized struggle with addiction, including an eventual 2023 relapse that resulted in his death from the acute effects of ketamine in October of last year.
What is ketamine?
I think it's like a horse tranquilizer, right?
Wow. Really?
It's huge in the gay community.
Oh, yeah?
Because it like softens your.
Are those poppers? Is that what that is?
I'm not sure if it's the same, but.
Yeah, what are poppers?
Ketamine's definitely like a downer, right?
It's more euphoric. I'm not sure if it's a downer.
It's like ecstasy, kind of. Is ketamine like ecstasy?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not that I would know.
That's what a K-hole is, right? If you're on ketamine.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
K-hole or whatever. And that's just like you tripping balls on.
You're just well, it puts you in a whole other realm.
Okay.
So yeah.
So it's like mushrooms, kind of.
No, definitely not. Not that I would know.
Oh, okay. All right.
Earlier this week, California prosecutors announced 5 people had been charged in connection to Perry's death during a news conference on Thursday for distributing ketamine to Perry during the final weeks of the actor's life. Among the 5 charged was Perry's personal live-in assistant, Kenneth Iwamasa, who referred to himself as Batman's butler, according to court docs. Iwamasa, 59, pleaded guilty on August 7th to 1 count of conspiracy to distribute ketamine, resulting in death and serious bodily injury, and he faces up to 15 years in prison. Investigators allege Iwamasa conspired alongside others to purchase at least $55,000 worth of ketamine on behalf of Perry to inject the actor with the drug without proper medical licensure. Ketamine is an anesthetic drug and a party drug that has psychedelic contents. At the time of his death, Perry was receiving ketamine infusion therapy for depression and anxiety. The medication has hallucinogenic effects that alter the perception of sight and sound and cause users to feel devoid from pain and out of control of their surroundings. As an FDA-approved anesthetic, ketamine has been recognized as a fast-acting antidepressant drug for decades. Let's see. Physician Salvador Plasencia, 42, and Jasveen Sangha, 41, whom the DOJ's press release referred to as the ketamine queen of North Hollywood, were charged with 18 counts for their role in Perry's death. 3 other co-conspirators were also charged, Dr. Mark Chavez and Eric Fleming, both 54, as well as Iwamasa. But it's Iwamasa's plea agreement that illustrates Perry's final days and his private battle with ketamine addiction leading up to the moment he was found face down by Iwamasa in a hot tub at his Pacific Palisades home in L.A. On September 30th, Iwamasa learned how to inject ketamine after Dr. Plasencia, who was nicknamed Dr. P, administered 2 shots of ketamine to Perry and then taught the personal assistant how to make injections and left behind a vial for him. For days, Iwamasa also used coded language to communicate with co-conspirators to obtain more ketamine. Let's see. According to the plea agreement, Placentia allegedly told Iwamasa, let's not do that again. Oh, because before he had an adverse medical reaction that led to a blood pressure spike, which caused Perry to freeze up where he could not speak or move.
He had like a bunch of issues too. He was like, he got all like puffy and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you looked at him from different seasons of the show, he looked pretty different.
Yeah.
Like if you look at Chandler, like season 1 versus like season 9 of that show. I think it went 9 seasons if I remember right. Maybe 10. It might have went 10 actually. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
On October 28th, the day that Perry died.
Look at that, dude.
Yeah, he
like that's, you know.
Yeah, he put on some LBs.
It's like carrying weight, alcohol.
Right.
Skinny pills.
Right.
So, yeah.
So on October 28th, the day that Perry died, Iwamasa allegedly injected him with a shot of ketamine at 8:30 a.m. and again in the afternoon at 12:45 as Perry watched a movie. Then about 40 minutes later, Perry asked his personal assistant to prepare his hot tub and, quote, shoot me up with a big one, in reference to another injection of ketamine. Iwamasa later injected Perry with a third syringe of ketamine and gave it to him in or near the jacuzzi. According to the authorities' timetable, Perry had received 3 ketamine shots in a 5-hour period.
Wow.
So, according to the plea agreement, Iwamasa left Perry's home with the actor unattended to run errands and returned to find Perry dead, face down in the pool.
What is it where it's like, so I mean, can't you have everything, you know? You know what I mean? Like you're on the biggest show, you know?
Right.
Like you
have a lot of money, yeah. Well, it shows that, you know what it shows? That mental health can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
Even men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And even
men have feelings.
Men have feelings too.
And if you have a woman, definitely tell her your feelings. That's going to go real well, for sure.
Yeah.
Women love hearing about your bullshit as a guy.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're dating a woman and you're like, I'm sad, and you tell her why you're sad, her pussy's not going to just completely seal up, and then she'll probably disappear within the next 6 months. That's not going to happen.
And then if a woman does something insane and then you react to that as a human and show emotion based on her behavior, then she will not chastise you for your reaction.
Being emotional,
for being emotional and human to the insane action that she did.
Yeah.
And then an argument starts about if your reaction was appropriate to the situation and the conversation about the situation gets completely swept under the rug.
Yeah, 100%.
And the focus becomes on the reaction to the thing instead of the thing itself.
It's like you're mad at her, and then she's mad at you for being mad. Right?
But
you're like, I'm so pissed that you did that to me.
Right.
And then she'll be like, but you yelled at me.
Right.
You got mad. And it's like, I'm
but
mad because of what you did.
Right. And if I did the same thing, you would react the same way or worse.
You would actually react much worse.
Much worse.
Because you
my reaction
constantly react that way on nothing.
Right.
Right.
My reaction was actually pretty tame and constrained and reasonable.
But you don't understand that because nothing you've ever done is reasonable.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my feelings don't matter as a man. Only yours do.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Unless she's making a post online. Because right after that fight, she's going to do like a little post at her at the beach, like with her ass out. You know, like she's like going to the beach and she's like, today spent reflecting on my, and this was like after your big blowout fight, you know?
Yeah.
There's a picture of her at the beach, you know, and you know what it's about, right?
Yeah.
It's like her getting her ass out there and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I just needed a day to reflect. And her post is like this fucking long.
Right.
All those words. No one's read it, but, you know, huge post, you know. I just needed some time to reflect on, you know, who's toxic in my life. You know, it's like a very like vague statement, but it's definitely about you.
Yeah.
And the conversation that you just had.
Right.
And it's almost like
a subtle attack.
Yeah. It's literally an attack. It's like a post that's like, she could write "fuck you," but instead she's done that.
Right.
And then every dude that wants to bang her is like, so true, babe. Like, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, you're so brilliant.
Yeah, your
like,
boyfriend is a real dick.
Yeah,
like, you should
I
break
can't
up
believe.
with him.
Yeah, like if I was with a girl like you, I'd be like,
I would never do that.
I would never be fucked up or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also, but if the girl is quirky, which we love.
We love quirky ladies,
if she's quirky and hilarious and has a hilarious sense of humor, sometimes she'll post a picture of, a thirst trap, like ass out or something, and the first line of the caption will be like something totally random. Like, did you know flamingos are pink because they eat strawberries or something? And anyway, here are some pictures of me at the beach, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what did the flamingo thing have to do with it? Nothing. Yeah. But she's showing how quirky and unique
smart,
she is.
She likes to read.
Right.
Because on that third, if you swipe into her, like, the fifth pic in after seeing, like, 9 of her ass, at the beach, you'll see that she's got a book there.
Yeah.
Like, you can still see her ass in that pic, but she does have a book.
Right. And
reading.
Also, something that's really funny and really unique.
She might hold it upside down too, which is really funny because it's like she totally,
you can't read upside down.
She can read, but like that's funny.
Yeah. And something, another like quirky, unique thing that women do with those Instagram carousels. So sometimes they'll start with a picture of them, at the beach or whatever. Then maybe a picture with friends, and then the third picture, it won't even be them. It'll be a meme.
Nice. Love that.
It'll be like the demure girl. Yeah. It'll be like a screenshot. Yeah, it'll be like the Hawk Tua girl or the demure girl. And it'll be like, wait a second. That's not you.
Yeah.
Why are you
and it definitely that post that last one in the carousel is definitely going to be a post of a girl that's like not attractive.
Less attractive than her. Yeah.
For sure less attractive.
And it's like, hold on a second. Instagram is supposed to be about posting pictures of yourself, but you have broken the mold by posting a picture of a meme that you're not in.
Carousel in though.
Yeah. Huh. That's different. That's unique. That's interesting. That you could have posted a picture of yourself, but you are posting a picture of something else entirely. That reveals that you are very quirky and have a fun and different personality.
We love that.
And you are not like the other girls. Because other girls would just post pictures of themselves.
She posts pictures of her friends that are less attractive than her all the time.
Of course. Yeah.
She's like me with my friends, but all of her attractive friends are like not there.
Nowhere
or she
to be
doesn't
found.
even have any.
Yeah.
She's like
more
not
likely
allowed
the
to.
latter.
Yeah. Because they've all gotten fights over who's whatever.
Yeah. We love the girls that only hang out with like substantially less attractive girls to make themselves look better by comparison.
Yeah.
We love those. So there will be a lot of pictures with that friend, and then there will be a meme or two. And that it's just so and you know what and sometimes you know what the caption will say? Instead of having like a Snapple fact in there, it'll say photo dump.
Oh yeah. Women love photo dumps.
Yeah.
They do that, that thing that's like, oh, this month or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just fucking every
August photo dump.
Yeah. Wow, reflecting on the last month.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not even the end of the month
Yeah.
yet.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but Instagram now allows more than 10 pictures now.
What's the max now?
It's like 15 or 20.
Jesus. On a carousel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking
Yeah, we
necessary.
need
Dumps
that.
are going to be huge.
Thank God they did that, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Women are taking huge dumps now.
Yeah, thank God. Those 10 just wasn't enough to show how quirky
they probably
you were.
got hit up. Instagram was hit up by thousands of women. They're like, I need more space on my carousel.
I can't express myself with only 10 pictures in one post.
And it's really 9 pictures because the 10th one's a meme.
Is a meme, right.
So,
you got
I go to
to
the
double
beach, I
the
take
limit
50
at least.
pics.
Yeah. Okay, so they doubled it from 10 to 20.
Yeah.
Oh, 10 to 15 and then to 20.
Wow.
20 pictures. Good
That's
Lord.
so many, dude.
Yeah.
Who's maxing out the 20 photos?
You could do maybe 2 or 3 memes
If you're a woman and here's what has an unlimited picture thing, our DMs. If you went to the beach and you got this new bikini that you just look smoking hot in, and you have a lot of, and you're one of those like body positive in your tits and ass girls.
Only?
You know? Yeah, only in the tits and ass area. If you're one of those girls and you want to send more than 20 pics to us, and some of them, you know, maybe are a little too racy for the gram, you know, you can still send them to us in our DMs, and we would be totally cool
No
with
limit.
that.
Yeah. And we know there's no limit because we've already sent you way more than 20.
Yeah, we know that there's absolutely no limit.
We've tried.
And you've tried to stop us, and you can't. We're not stopping. We don't stop. We can't, we don't, and we won't stop. Like the BC Boys said, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's us with the pics.
Yeah.
You know? And then you might block us, but that's okay. We got another account. I'll just make another account.
Yeah.
You know how many emails I have?
Yeah.
I'll make another email. It's not a big deal. It takes 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
And then the pics are coming, right? And then, you know, and if you delete me from, you know, my IP or whatever, guess what? I know where your apartment is. I'm going to deliver pics to your apartment, okay? I got a baseball in my car, okay? And I have a Polaroid camera, right? So I'm going to take some racy photos of myself with my big Polaroid camera. Then I'm going to, you know, I'm going to take my photo, shake it out, make sure it looks real nice, very demure, of course. It's probably, that thing's probably so over at this point, but who cares? And then I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it on my baseball, put some rubber bands around it. I'm going to fucking send that shit into your house. And then, you know, I'll be like, hey, babe, what's up? It's me.
Been thinking about you.
Yeah.
So romantic. Yeah. The good old days of romance are just gone. We were born in the wrong generation.
I know.
You know?
We need the, like, my favorite story is like Rapunzel, right? That's that bitch with the long hair, right? She like lives up in that castle and she's like trapped up there, but she's got that real long hair. And she just needs a strong man
to pull her hair.
To pull her fucking hair.
Yeah.
Like real, like, let me climb up your hair, babe. You know? Let me get up there, and I'm just like pulling it. And then I get up there and she's like, you know, wow, you're up here. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm going to keep pulling that hair. So, you know, I'm going to grab it. I'm going to do that, you know?
Oh, is she still up in the tower, though?
Yeah. Well, I'm up there. I climbed up her hair,
okay.
right? I climbed up her hair, and I got her hair.
Right.
And I'm like, I made it. And then we make out. And then, like, for like 2 seconds. And then I'm like,
if she wants that.
She wants it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
and
but
she does.
She does because she's so grateful.
She let her hair down for me to climb up it, and that's consent, I'm pretty sure. If you let me climb your hair, like, you wanted it.
But she also verbalizes it, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, there was a barrier between us, and she's like, climb my hair, like, totally.
Yeah,
that's a consenting action, and now I'm up there, and it's all good.
Right.
And then, that's what happens? The guy climbs up there and, like, bangs her, and then she escapes or something? It's like she gets out?
I don't know.
She's trapped up.
We're gonna have to spend a big chunk of the podcast looking up fairy tales again.
We should do like a fairy tale. Rapunzel and Eugene mourns Eugene, but one of her tears, which still has some of the flower's magic, revives him. Wait,
so who's
he's dead?
Who's Eugene?
Eugene dies. And why is that bitch up in a castle? What's going on?
I think we need to start from the top.
Every fairy tale is like a woman that's like, oh, I'm worthless, please.
If only some man
would save my life by making out with me while I'm asleep or something. You know, like that's like every fairy tale is, you know. And like the bad person in the fairy tale is like a fat or gross woman.
Yes.
You know? Like the wicked witch lady is like, hey, eat this apple, you know, you hot lady, and then she becomes like retarded or something.
Got it. So, she has like a spell cast on her by a sorceress.
Of course, a gross lady.
Right. Very misogynistic.
Yep.
Rapunzel grows up to be a beautiful child with long golden hair. When she turns 12, the sorceress locks her up in a tower in the middle of the woods, with neither stairs nor a door, and only one room and one window at the top. In order to visit Rapunzel, the sorceress stands at the bottom of the tower and calls out, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair that I may climb that golden stair.
Uh-huh.
So the sorceress visits her. A few years later, Prince rides through the forest and hears Rapunzel
What
singing.
a flaw in the design of her prison, you know? I will leave a window, and she's like, can I have my hair as long as the tower is, basically?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I don't see a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to grow your hair out that's about the length of the tower?
Yeah.
Can't be anything going on with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to scroll down a little bit, Alex? Okay, so a few years later, Prince rides through the forest and hears Rapunzel singing from the tower, and entranced by her ethereal voice, he searches for her and discovers the tower, but is unable to enter it. The prince returns to the tower, often listening to Rapunzel's beautiful singing, and one day sees the sorceress visit her as usual and learns how to gain access.
I like that the fairy tale thing is like some guy's riding through the forest or whatever, and he's like singing, you know?
Right.
It's like like on a horse, and he's like, is that pussy I hear? Do I hear pussy?
Right.
And then he's like goes over there.
So then I think you scrolled past it, but he climbs her hair. The two fall in love. Rapunzel lets down her hair and the prince climbs up. Oh, she thought it was, this is interesting. Thinking it is the sorceress calling her again, Rapunzel lets down her hair and the prince climbs up. The two then fall in love and secretly marry. As the sorceress visits Rapunzel by day, the couple plans a means of escape. The prince will bring his wife a strand of silk. With the princess, Rapunzel's the wife, will bring his wife a strand of silk every night until she has enough to make a ladder for her to climb down the tower and ride away with him on horseback. So what's interesting is that the prince climbed up her hair. So she thought that when the prince discovered her and said, let down your hair, she thought it was the sorceress. But the prince climbed up, and then it said they fell in love.
They like switcherooed?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the prince climbed up under false pretenses. You could even say he was a wolf in sheep's clothing. Mm-hmm. He thought it was just the same old, she thought it was the same old sorceress, and it was actually a guy trying to get some pussy. Mm-hmm. And so he climbs up, and then she's like, oh, you're not the sorceress. You're actually Prince. What are you doing here?
You're a guy up here.
And he's like, well, we are in this.
Like,
yeah, he's, he's licking his lips and rubbing his hands.
Yeah.
And he's like,
playing,
well,
let me play some Teddy Pendergrass.
Yeah. And he's like, we're up in this one bedroom tower now that has no door, no stairs. The only escape is a window. So, like, we have to do something, or you have to jump out the window. So what's it going to be? So what's it going to be? Is it going to...
Yeah, are we going to bang?
Are we going to smash, or are you going to kill yourself by...
jumping
or are you going to unalive yourself? And we're going to talk more about that word later in the podcast.
Yeah.
Are you going to unalive yourself? So that's very romantic. And
that is a romantic story.
Something that, I can see some parallels and stuff that we've kind of pulled sometimes.
If you come hang out with the boys, you will be in a room that is locked.
Doesn't even have a door.
Yeah, the door is. I mean, there's a door, but it's weird because the lock's on the other side,
right?
Like kind of like a jail cell situation, but it's not that. You went in there on your own,
right?
Whoever put the door on, they put it on wrong. They put the lock on the other side.
Yeah. Also, it's not a prison because prisons don't have windows to the outside, but our room has a window. We are on the 50th floor of a high-rise apartment building.
Yes.
But there is a window. So it's not like you can't leave.
Yeah.
Yes, the only way of leaving would be unaliving yourself.
Yeah, and you could, have, you grow your hair out, maybe,
Yeah.
Unless you're one of those, pixie haircut ladies that thinks it's cool to have short hair.
Yeah, which we love that shit.
Really
cool. We love when
that's cool. You have
that's cool. You look like
my dad.
Yeah, that's cool.
Really cool.
You look like a young boy. Yeah, that's
you're so hot you can pull it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's fucking attractive to us.
I love that.
Yeah, you fucking weird.
Yeah. I had that same haircut when I was in 7th grade. That's pretty cool. Yeah,
cool. You look like Justin Bieber.
Bowl cut. Nice.
Yeah, that's totally. Yeah, you look like teenage Justin Bieber. That's totally what we find attractive.
Love that.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we will invite women over to our space, which is 50th floor of a high-rise apartment building.
And it's a you think it's a 2-bedroom, but it's a 1-bedroom, 1-cell situation.
Yeah, and this totally isn't. Have you seen You on Netflix?
No.
Okay, well, it's this guy. He has like a cage that he like traps women in.
Nice.
And
Okay.
yeah.
Sounds like was that like a romantic comedy?
Yeah, very romantic.
Yeah.
Well, women actually do romanticize him.
Yeah.
Because he's like
Women love that kind of like possessive guy.
right, because he's
stuff.
he's like a very good looking actor who plays him, and women are like, ooh, Joe Goldberg. I think that's what the character's name is.
Nice.
Ooh, Joe Goldberg. Like I want a man like that.
That'll put
I
you
want a
in
man who will
cage.
put me in a cage and like slip me like 3 meals a day and water if I don't try to escape.
Hey, we've said it on the podcast multiple times for Britney Spears. We've supported, hey, we'll do the, what's it called? The conservatorship.
Yeah.
We will redo it. I mean, she did say not that long ago that she's like quitting dating for good, which is great because we're not dating. You will stay in our kennel that we have for you that I picked up at PetSmart. And there's food pellets and stuff. I got the good food pellets. It's like, you know, it's not the top brand, but it's like a little bit more expensive than the cheapest brand because I care about you.
Yeah, because you're a gentleman.
You're also paying for it.
Yeah.
And there's like one of those, you know, there's a water bottle things that the hamsters have in their.
Yes.
There's one of those in there, so you're totally cool. And, you know, we'll take care of you.
Yeah.
So, you know, anyway.
So why did we start talking about Rapunzel in the first place?
Yeah, I don't know, actually.
What were
We were.
Matthew Perry?
Yeah, we were talking about the unalived thing. You said
fuck?
that. Yeah, how did we.
I honestly have no idea.
I don't know, dude.
And you know what that shows? It shows how like smart and like
versatile this
yeah.
podcast is, and we are smart, even though like we had to look up a children's fairy tale.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, we and we're readers. We read it and saw what it was about. And
Yeah.
No, you were talking about Chris Columbus. You were talking about pulling hair
Okay.
of a woman.
Yeah.
And
But why were we talking about that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Why were I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's cool that we spent the last 15 minutes on that tangent. So that was 15 minutes that, you know, the audience
you're
will
not
never
getting
get
that
back.
Yeah.
But it's like, what else were you going to do
Yeah.
with that
What
time?
were you gonna do?
Oh, you were going to...
Why don't you go read the fucking climbs up the hair stupid story?
It's like, what? You tell me
gave
what
us the
better
Cliff
use of
Notes.
15 minutes that you could have spent with your fucking day
Yeah.
than listening to us find out about
You're just gonna
Rapunzel.
goon online anyway.
Yeah.
You fucking loser.
Yeah, don't act like
Get
you
your
had
shit
anything
together,
better to
dude.
do. You loser piece of shit.
Yeah.
God.
This podcast is so good and so educational, and it's really brilliant, honestly.
Yeah.
And if you don't get it, you're a dumb idiot.
Yeah.
Okay?
Anytime you spend listening to us talk is worthwhile.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what we're talking about.
Some people might call our podcast brain rot, but those people, their brain's already rotted.
Yeah.
Okay? Go watch like Skibbity Toilet or whatever the fuck that thing is. Have you ever seen that?
I found out about that
Dude,
like
what
very
the-
recent.
What the hell?
I have no fucking
is that
idea.
shit?
Yeah.
And do you know there's like 1,000, like 1 billion episodes of it?
Yeah, because aren't the episodes like
They're short.
they're like 10 seconds?
Yeah. Well, no, they're not that. They're not long.
They're like vines.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But they're,
I
it's like
don't-
more.
yeah, I don't understand it.
It's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really crazy.
And Michael Bay, did you hear Michael Bay is making and I don't mean Bay Beyonce. I mean the guy.
B-A-Y,
yeah, B-A-Y.
Yeah.
He's making a
Skibbity Toilet.
movie.
Yeah. It's like some Russian guy makes it. It's his YouTube channel is DeFuck Boom, I think is his channel.
Yeah, that sounds right.
DAFUQ, I think is his channel on YouTube. Actually, I'd be curious to see the amount of dislikes on it if you pull it up on the Google browser, you know. But yeah, maybe we'll talk about that in the next episode or something.
Right.
We got like 5 minutes left.
Okay. Well, we can cover this.
Yeah, this is so like, dude, look at that. It's got 31 million views, and that's from 2 months ago. That's not that long ago.
Right.
What's the most recent?
So it's a season. Oh, wait, no, never mind.
8 days ago, 19 million views. How long is that video? 4 minutes. Yeah. It's so bonkers, dude. We probably can't play much of it because of copyright stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty liked.
Yeah.
It's almost exclusively liked. I mean, that's very high.
Yeah.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, we could maybe talk about that more next episode. But
Yeah.
I want to talk about this. Raygun and Australian officials speak out against hate over Olympic breaking.
Do you know the story of this whole like fraud situation there?
Not really.
Okay, so
there's an investigation into her, right? That she like
'cause
scammed her way to the Olympics.
yeah, so I mean, you saw the dance, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can find that the clip of them dancing, or just any clip of the dance that Raygun did, but
It was awesome.
it was
Total girl
the
boss.
Olympics are.
yeah, it's hard to find like the actual clip where it's just the clip, but you know, you don't have to play the audio or anything, just like a little shot of them dancing if you can find it. That's fine. But yeah, so I mean, they did like breakdancing, it was like terrible or whatever.
Right.
And they're like not even doing breakdancing at the next Olympics because of how bad this went.
Right.
It's like this is the first year that breakdancing was an event.
And the last.
And the last. Which is, I mean, it's like there's other events that are like, what the hell is this? You know? It's like, wow, these are the top athletes performing this event. And it's like, these are the only people doing this thing.
Right.
No one else does this.
Right.
It's like 12 people doing it, you know? But anyway, Raygun is like on the board or something of Australian like breakdancing like selection or something like that. So like they literally like
So it's like an inside job.
they like put themselves in the thing and like they scammed their way into it. So there's actual breakdancers from Australia that are like good, and this person like kind of like got in the way and like gate kept the whole thing, and then like took the spots of like more talented breakdancers, and then like got a free trip out of it. Basically, got to go to the Olympics, and then just had to roll around like a cat stretching on the ground. Which is, there was several memes making fun of that. But
Yes.
did you see that? Like
Yeah.
who did it better? And it was like that lady doing her shit, and then
Right.
like a cat.
A cat like spazzing out.
Stretching on the
Yeah.
cat with the zoomies or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some backlash. And first I saw this sentence. So it said, it amounts to bullying and harassment and is defamatory. The AOC said of an online petition targeting the dancer and others. So I saw that and I was like, oh, AOC's weighing in. Nice. But then I found out it's
the
Australian Olympic Committee. But
Yeah.
but that is cool that they have the same acronym as AOC.
Yeah.
And that is something that AOC would say.
Yeah. 100%.
So that is pretty cool.
Yeah, when met with any criticism of like that's what's really cool. This is why people are like so for censorship, because they're like, can you believe I was like harassed and bullied for this thing I did? I was just trying to make content. And it was like, yeah, most of the comments were that it sucked ass. Like what you saw was people just being honest with what you did.
Right.
You know? And they're like, well, that's harassment and bullying. It's like, yeah, but you put it out there for it to be commented on. You know?
Right. So the action stirred up public hatred without any factual basis. It's appalling. Rachel Gunn, who competes as Raygun, spoke out on Instagram, starting with sending thanks to those who have supported her. I really appreciate the positivity, and I'm glad I was able to bring some joy into your lives, she said. That's what I hoped. I didn't realize that would also open the door to so much hate, which has frankly been pretty devastating.
There was like this kind of thing happened like back in the like 2017 era with like some lady tried to try out for like football, you know? Do you remember that?
Not really.
Yeah, maybe I can in between episodes, I'll see if I can find that, and then maybe we'll talk about that on the next episode.
Yeah. So Jimmy Fallon did a bit making fun of her with Rachel Dratch came out and impersonated her. And look, and this is unacceptable, okay? Any time that a woman is made fun of in any way is not cool, okay? Yeah. So it's misogynistic to critique the fact that this
Here's the
completely unqualified athlete was in the Olympic Games.
This is the rules. If a woman does something, you can't comment on it other than positivity. That's it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's all you're allowed to do. You have to say it's good or shut the fuck up.
Right.
Why is that so hard for people to get? And then if you say it's bad, we're going to now make videos saying that maybe we should do more censorship on the internet because, racism, misogyny, homophobia,
Yep. So,
it's
yes.
important to call all criticism of a person to be explicitly racism, misogyny, and homophobia, not that it's a critique of you sucking.
Yes. And this are you ready for this? Did you know that, so she's Gun 36, a full-time university lecturer who researches dance and gender politics and has studied a range of dance styles, according to her Olympic bio.
Studied dance, not done them.
Done dance.
Yeah, not done them,
right.
But looked at them.
Yes.
I've watched people dance, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You could say that about me. I'm a connoisseur of exotic dance, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I've been to many strip clubs.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched them do that.
You have been also kicked out of many strip clubs?
Should I go to the Olympics and maybe do a pole dance? I mean, I've studied for years.
Or, well, pole dancing isn't in the Olympics, but
it should be.
It should be. Also,
I volunteered to be a judge at pole dance, and part of Olympic pole dance is like, hey, that was great what you did on the pole. Now we got to go to the private back room to do the private dance.
Yeah,
and then
and you
we'll
will
see
be
who gets
judged.
the gold.
Yeah,
and then there'll be like 10 girls. They're like, he said I got the gold. What the fuck? There's like 20 girls on the gold podium with all gold medals.
Right.
They're like, hey, what the hell? I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't know. That's crazy,
Yeah. Yeah. So, and you will be, until they put pole dancing in the Olympics, you will go to a local pole class, which is typically all women and maybe a token gay guy here or there.
Yep.
But you will drop into the class and you will...
I'll have those things that say like a number on it.
Yeah.
I'll go up to women while they're dancing. I'll be like, 10.
Right. And they're like, what are you doing here? You can't be here. And you're like,
I'm a judge.
It seems a little sexist. That like, oh, what? This is there's nothing in the rule book for the class that says it's only women and gay guys. Why can't a guy who's super fucking straight take this pole class?
Yeah.
And so...
And they're like, why are you filming it?
Right.
It's like,
also...
I'm a vlogger. I do vlogs.
Also, why are you extremely erect? It's making us uncomfortable.
I have this condition where I'm just like always hard, It's just part of part of my...
And it's not because you just...
It's a condition I have.
Snort Viagra every 4 hours and have a permanent erection.
Yeah, a permanent boner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would kind of suck actually. To have a permanent boner.
Yeah. But you always have to keep one because you never know when you're
you gotta be
you gotta be ready.
Stay ready. That's what it is. It's like it's like those guys that like carry a gun. They're like, you don't know when it's gonna go down, but when it goes down, you want to be ready for the moment. And that's what I am with my boner. I'm packing heat and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Wherever it goes down.
Yeah.
If I'm at a bank and I need to have a boner, already got it. I'm ready to go right there.
Right.
If I'm at the pole dancing class and I'm trying to do I'm an Olympic judge, I'm trying to petition to get this on the Olympics. That's why I'm filming everybody. That's why I have all these gold medals. And that's like, where's your back room? And they're like, we don't have a back room. This is just like a dance studio. And we're like, yeah, like, then we can do it in my car. And they're like, how? And I'm like, I'm trying to get this as an Olympic sport, okay?
Yeah.
And it should be, really, And should there be like men's division and a women? No. What?
No.
What? Men doing this
No.
shit? Get the fuck like. Go, yeah,
They're like,
go,
well,
whatever.
you're here. Well, it's like, well, yeah. Besides me,
Yeah,
'cause
that's-
I'm the voice of women. So
Yeah, I'm actually I'm an advocate for women.
yeah,
So and then they're like, well, why aren't you listening to me? I'm like, shut up, lady. I'm talking. I'm talking for you. You don't know what you're. Like you arguing with me is misogyny. Actually, you are the patriarchy. I'm actually coming in and trying to be very feminist, and you're patriarching me, and you're trying to gatekeep this whole situation. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to save the day, and you're being a real bitch about it. And it's not cool. So. Yeah.
yeah,
This has got to be an Olympic sport, dude.
yeah. We're gonna make it one.
Huge. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know why we haven't talked about that before. That's
Yeah.
a great idea. Why isn't it an Olympic
Yeah.
sport?
I may or may not have a ex-girlfriend who was into like pole classes, like complaining about that all the time, that it wasn't an Olympic sport.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
Nice, yeah.
and
Yeah, because like people are really good at it.
right, and
Yeah.
it is impressive.
It's
like
impressive. It is like artful.
Yes.
If they're like good at it.
Right.
I've seen bad. That's
Right.
how you know it's an art. If you see someone do it and you're like, good God, just like comedy, right?
Right.
Like you're like, oh, it's like, it's just, you're just going up there and being funny, and then you watch someone like not do that, and you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
it is harder than it looks.
Yes.
And it looks really hard for that person, which
Yes.
I don't know why they're still doing it.
Right. But yeah, it can be very impressive and athletic and artful. But that's why we're here to help, like, be the male voice. Like, it's obvious why they haven't gotten to the Olympic stage, because it's a bunch of women, like, with their kind of annoying shrill voice, like, oh, can we be in the Olympics? Can we be in the Olympics? It's like, ladies, I got this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let
I
us
will
talk
ask
about it.
for you. Okay. So I
Yeah,
will
we're gonna
go
get done, and
make a presentation to the Olympic Committee, and they're like, why do you have a boner? Like, that's not going to help the case.
part of the presentation is the videotape of you doing the private dance on me. So
Yes.
you really got to put a lot of effort into it, you know, really sell it, okay?
Especially the finishing move. Yeah.
Yep. That's going to be a real good one. So, you know, get on there, and then you might be like, what's this like link to like an OnlyFans situation? What is that about? And it's like, don't just you're messing up this presentation, okay? So just do what you're supposed to do, and we will present our case.
Yes.
Did you have anything you want to plug?
No.
Okay. Follow allies of the show, Malcolm Kellner and Jeff Zinasek, on all platforms. Donate to the Slut Fund. Send us emails at TooWokeBoys@gmail.com. God damn it, we didn't hit the emails again. We got to hit those emails.
Oh, we have them?
Yeah, we got some emails. We'll do them on the next episode.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. God damn it. But yeah. And then, let's see. Follow the Two Woke Boys on all of our platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Join our broadcast channel on Instagram. There's chats in there and all kinds of fun stuff. So hit us up in there. And it's free to join. And our email is TooWokeBoys, TOOWokeBoys@gmail.com. Give us 5-star reviews on iTunes and Spotify. You are the shit. Thank you for being an ally to the Two Woke Boys. This has been episode 212 of the Two Woke Boys. I am Chris.
And I'm Cole.
And together we are Two
Woke Boys.
Can you hear my voice this time?